Good morning, travelers. Tara here, Hidden Lotus Tarot, and today is September 10th, 2016, and I'm coming to you with the mid-month Triad reading. And what that means is that this is going to be for the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This is a general reading, so the messages will not resonate with everyone. So please take what you can and disregard what you cannot. Um, this is the second full day of the Jupiter and Libra transit. So I have a Libra friend who has really been going through some tough times over the past year. And I told her that to be prepared because once Jupiter moved into her sun sign, that her life was perhaps going to be changing in a very dramatic way, but for the better, because she's really been through a lot, several moves, a really kind of a toxic relationship, and her house even burnt to the ground. I mean, really, she's just been through some shit. So let's see what, today I have the Casanovas with me. I have the Sibilas, the Neapolitans, and I also have the Marseille and the Doreen Virtue Angel Answer card. So we're going to do 9 cards down. Again, this is the Air Triad for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, mid-month September. General reading, no specific really time frame, and the messages will not resonate with everyone. And underneath the deck, I have Justice. Okay. Right in the center, I have a 4 of the cards. I'm sorry. Let me give you the cards. The cards are the 8 of Coins, 9 of Swords, the Hierophant or the Pope. Then I have the Queen of Wands, the 4 of Wands, the 2 of Wands, and I think this has to do with the what do you call it? There is a transit of Uranus and Aries and Eris, and Eris is a planet. I'm sorry, an asteroid. She's a fire goddess, and the two together make a highly combustible mix. And I think this is what this is speaking about, because this is the air reading. And I do have this 9 of Swords here. I do have the Magician here, and I do have Justice. The last row is 9 of Cups, the Magician, and the Fool card. Right in the center, I have the, as I said, the 4 of Wands. And this 4 of Wands is the story is someone being fully immersed in their emotions, being carried along by their emotions. That's what it is. And there was somebody watching, kind of like from the shadows. Now, I don't know if this is a stalker or if this is, I would take it because the figure is in the background, that this is someone from the past. It could be the recent past. And because it is a 4, it tells me that the situation is stagnant. It is right exactly where it is. It hasn't moved one way or the other, per se. The top row, the 8 of Coins, the 9 of Swords, with the Pope. Now, this Eight of Coins is someone, whether this is heterosexual or same-sex couple, whomever is going to take the role of the female in the situation, who has, in one sense, extended themselves in all manner of trying to assist someone. And this person that they're trying to assist is someone who has, in effect, become a victim of their own circumstances, or the victim of their own behavior. The coins do represent the actual doing of something. And this has led to a realization with the Nine of Swords that it's a mix match. Okay. There is disappointment here. There are fears. There are some deep-rooted psychological issues that are coming to the forefront, but that basically it's a mismatch, a mixed match. The Pope comes out to say that in one respect, you know, you may have been doing the right thing, but you've been doing the right thing for the wrong reason. And the Pope says that, you know, in terms of accessing this wisdom or this knowledge from your higher self, that it is the right thing to do to listen to what your higher self or your intuition is telling you about this situation. Now, this Queen of Wands has presented herself. And to me, this Queen reads of an energy, not necessarily a person, but an energy, because what I'm not seeing in the particular card is an indication that there is a third person in this situation. That could very well be so. We are under the influence of Mercury retrograde, so there may be some more information that has not come to light yet. However, what I'm picking up right now is that this Queen of Wands is an energy, and this is someone who, the situation is that it's someone who has revealed themselves in one manner, but in a way is really afraid to get in touch with what they're feeling. And this is why this sits next to this Four of Wands here, is getting making an attempt to fully immerse yourself in your passions and your desires about what it is that you want, and being carried away by those things, but there's something about it that you're not comfortable with. This is what this Queen of Wands represents to me here. And that with the Two of Wands, the two is always an option. It speaks to choices. It speaks to duality. So this is kind of like, do I or don't I? Or, you know, damned if I do, damned if I don't. You know, I enjoy the way the person makes me feel and the interaction that we have, but I'm not comfortable with the situation as it is. Now I have the Nine of Cups here, and the Nine of Cups is speaking to, it's almost as if some of you may feel that the person that you have found or been involved with, or whatever the situation is, it's like it's something that you wished for, and but there's still something lacking, because the meaning of this card is doing something just for the sake of doing it. And to me, whenever I see the energy of the Pope come out, it's kind of like one person is saying, okay, well, yeah, I'll do that, and I'll be this way, and I'll behave this way, because, you know, it's the right thing to do. I don't want to hurt your feelings. So, you know, it's kind of like half-assed doing something. And I feel that with the Magician here, if you can see the imagery of that card, he's standing behind the woman. The woman she has her eyes closed. It's like they're at a seance or something, and he's weaving this spell around her. And so to me, it speaks to being caught up in the illusion. Here's the Fool. And in this deck, the Fool stands for a different, excuse me, a different perception of reality. And this, the whole row here at the bottom speaks to um, the Nine of Cups is, the cups are an emotional card, and they are tied to the moon and tied to Neptune. And with the Magician, this is, I think, someone who may be saying something to you, um, and you kind of falling under the spell, or believing that, wanting to believe, or actually believing that what's occurring is the truth of the situation. Um, but this tells me here, this, in terms of you trying to do all of the work, it's like you've been doing all of the heavy lifting in the relationship, and here you are still rather alone, and this person is outside of the actual picture. I don't know if you can see that there's somebody in the background over here. Okay. um, and that you're not really yourself being truthful and facing the situation, but also that it's a different perception of reality. And I do believe that justice, and this represents the Libra card, okay? Um, this is saying to me that eventually, um, how this is going to play out uh, will be determined really through justice. Um, I don't know if that means that some of you are going through a separation, because this card here, the Pope, can also speak to a marriage. Um, if this is the case, then I would say that indeed there could be someone else who's come in to the to the photograph, to the picture here. This can also speak to someone who's very, very different, strange, maybe what they call eccentric, um, someone that you don't understand, that perhaps is keeping you confused. And the energy is, I have cups here, I have one, two, three major arcana, but this four in the center, this whole row of the Nine of Swords, the Four of Wands, and then the Magician. And the Magician with the Fool is, to me, it speaks to accepting something on face value without really questioning it. Because a Pope comes in to say you need to access your higher self, your higher knowledge. And there is, whatever this situation is, or whomever this person is, they create a lot of passion within you. But it's, I think for some of you, it may have even been a passion that might have frightened you. Let's see what this Nine of Cups. I think for some of you here with the Eight of Coins, the Queen of Wands, and the Nine of Cups, whatever you've been doing with this particular person has made you feel quite powerful, but yet there's still something lacking in it. I want to look at this row. Yes, these are three very positive cards. This can speak to a reunion or a meeting with someone, having conversations, and this is a pastime. So in other words, it's kind of like it's all upon the surface. There's something lacking. There's a depth lacking in whatever this situation is. Even though it makes you feel good, there's a depth lacking here. Let me look at the middle row, the Nine of Swords, the Four, because to me it does not read as if you have the power to change this situation. What it says is that there's a conflict between the feeling and the thoughts, and that the reason why the conflict is there is because there's some kind of I don't know, magic is not the right word, but in a sense, it's like, yeah, there's a magic. Because he's putting her in a trance, it's like you're under a spell. You know, you're under a spell. Yes, look at this. You're under a spell, and you know this in a sense because we have the card of anxiety or worries or fear. And this fear and that fear, this is also a fear, okay? In other words, that the way the person is behaving or the messages that you're getting, they're contradictory. And this is like a tower situation. I think this is why the Pope has come out to say, you know, to tune into the higher self, whatever information that you're getting. And you may not be getting all of the information because we are under this retrograde. So this would be a very important time for you to really, really tune into what your intuition is telling you. And if you're not sure about a person, how you feel, or what you should do, then, you know, I would advise that you wait it out. Because in the end, it's going to right itself in some way, shape, or form. Now, this Pope could be speaking of a single man, and this single man may have some other options, or he may have other things going on, and it has been a superficial relationship. The Fool with the Pope is someone who's not themselves trusting their own intuition, but recognizing that there's something different in the situation. And I say that because I have the melancholia, the depression or the sadness, the consolante sorpresa, a comforting surprise. It's a consolation. Okay, it's that's why I say there's something missing on the surface. It's not something full-fledged, and for whatever reason, it's like the answer's not coming forth. There is no resolution to it. There is no insight into it. There's something lacking, and it does have to do with the female lover, a lamante. Okay, I want to pull. Um, excuse me. God, allergies are bad. I want to pull some cards on this Fool card here. Um, it does have to do with the manner in which either you are helping the person or the person helps you. I would think that with the Nine of Cups, um, that it is about the way, the manner in which you both perhaps assist each other or help each other on whatever level. But there's a lot of doubt and suspicion about that. Okay. And that in turn kind of puts a damper on the esperanza, the hope. So with the Fool card, it's like there's a recognition that there's something different about this. Okay. But the Fool card can also speak to perhaps being foolish. That speaks to me to the fear. And I would think that what this does, because the negative side of Speranza in the Sabila cards also speaks to anxiety. But this really speaks to me like it's a different perception of reality, that nobody's kind of really coming from a place. And maybe that's why justice has come out, not only to say that it will right itself, but it's going to clear the air. Okay, and the scales are going to be balanced. All of a sudden things are going to come into focus, and then you're going to be able to really see the situation clearly for what it is. And that's the overriding energy of the spread. It's like things are in the balance right now. They're hanging in the balance. This is a very perplexing spread to me, because there are a lot of different energies going on. But what stands out the most is right across the center, the wands. It's a lot of passion surrounding this situation. There's a lot of emotion surrounding this situation. But it's almost like saying that it goes from a queen, something fully fledged, to this 4, which becomes static, and then it drops to a 2. And it's like the emotions or the passion is waning, but nobody knows why that is. And there hasn't been any clear communication, I don't think, on why that is. And so we remain in a suspended state. That's what it is. It's not magic. It's being in a suspended state. That's what that card is saying. It's a suspension on it. Yes, with the scales, again, it's in the balance. It's suspended in time. And that's why the 4 has come out. That's why there's no movement on it. And I have 2 9s here, and 2 9s speak of extreme isolation. And I think that even if you are with someone, actually with someone in a relationship right now, you may be going through a phase of reassessing. This is the Mercury retrograde, and reviewing. It does have something to do with either your desires, your wants, your needs, even perhaps your self-esteem. And it is a time where, you've been working on it. You've been really trying to work on it, but you're, I think, starting to at least feel that there's something missing. And that's really what I'm getting. And so right now it's in a suspended state. It's in a suspended state within the next few months. I don't know if you can see that. Within the next few months. That's what that says. So if you had a question about something, perhaps this is the answer to it. All right. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarians, I do hope this message helped. Before I go, there's something about the Pope card. To me, it really resonates with the energy of Aquarius. The Pope hat, for some reason, it's resonating with me with the energy of Aquarius. So it could be for some of you Aquarians that there's a possibility. Now, in this deck, this Fool card doesn't mean a trip, but I'm picking up that for some of you Aquarians, this might have to do with some type of travel coming up in the future, wanting to travel, needing to travel. I don't know. But there's something that perhaps you're not seeing about the situation, which could be the options. Weighing up whether you should or you shouldn't. And out of all the cards, this one is fully masked. I don't know what that means. Why this? There's something. Maybe this is dealing with someone whom is presenting one way, but is really another way, and that has not come to light yet. And again, this kind of speaks to me about an Aquarian, okay? There's a heavy, to me, a feeling of heavy Aquarian energy here with the hat and the decorations around the top of the mask. All right, that's what I have for you, air signs. I hope that message helped, and until next time. Oh yeah, I've got specials going on over on the site. Get on over and take a look. All right, namaste.